Hey guys, so this video is going to be about cleaning my betta fish tank. It's a 1.2 gallon. We've had it for about almost 7 months and we're having a little bit of an algae problem. So I'm going to clean it, really give it a nice deep clean. You can see there's some, oh there's CC right there. But there's a little bit of algae growing on the leaves, on that rock. You can see it on some of the gravel there. And it's just not a good thing. So I've had an algae problem probably a month after we set this up. And I boiled the gravel, I boiled even like the fake plants, and eventually it was fine. I cleaned it without doing that, and then the algae came back. So then I did all the boiling and stuff like that, and then it was good, and then I bought algae drops. So I'm going to take you through this journey of me completely cleaning it. I'm going to boil the gravel, I'm going to boil the plants, I'm going to show you that the plants come apart because the glue gets loosened because of the boiling water, but I stick it back in and it dries. I'll just show you. Anyway, you ready to clean this tank? Let's do this. Alright, so first things first, this video is tended to be maybe kind of a little help for some people who just got a fish maybe, but also want to let you guys know I'm not perfect and I'm not a fish expert either. So if you see me doing something that's not good, please let me know in the comments down below, or if you know a better way for me to do something, let me know in the comments down below. This is to like put it out there and show you what I'm doing. If it's wrong, please let me know. But it also might help some people who don't know anything about fish. I don't really know much. I've had a betta fish, one betta fish for, like I said, almost 7 months. So let me show you what we have. What I usually start with is I put the fish in here, what he actually came in. And here's my siphon. And then I have, this is a water conditioner for bettas. And it conditions the water. It gets the chlorine out of your tap water, basically. I put 7 drops in a gallon. And then I usually put a drop of algae control in there, just 1 drop for the 1.2 gallons. And then I have my scooper to get the fish in there. He doesn't like it. And I have a little toothbrush to help scrub stuff. Usually it's that rock down there. Alright, so what I usually do is I take some of the conditioned water that I already have like conditioned. I just put a little bit in there, and that's where Cece's gonna go. I'll fill it up some more once I actually have him in there. Alright, let's try to get this fish. Sometimes you gotta take out some of the stuff to make it easier, especially in a small tank. Alright, I got him cornered. I usually try to lift it up, get this cap under there. He doesn't like it. Alright, we got him. There you go, got the fish in there. And then we'll fill it up with some more conditioned water, just so he has some space to swim. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to be siphoning the water. Even though I'm going to, boil the gravel, I'm still going to siphon and vacuum. What I usually do is I use this magnet because it's nice and flat. I take both ends. And I just make sure the entire siphon is filled. Make sure all the air is out. Let it run through a little bit. And then I'm going to take this and cover the big end. And then also cover the other end with my finger. Drop it in there, let go of everything, and there it goes. It's working, see? And I'm just going to vacuum. Look around. Get all that fish poopy out. Oh, there you go. Oops, some gravel's in this thing. And that's the end. And I'll just rinse out the siphon, let it run through for a little bit. Shake out the excess water, roll it up, and put it back with all my fish stuff. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the conditioned water again. And that's what I'm going to put this live plant in, just for the meantime. Ooh, look at that rock face it's got. That is nice. Wow. I think I'm gonna just leave it as it is. Look at that. That's awesome. It actually grew into the gravel. That's cool. So I'm just gonna keep this. Hopefully this gravel's not a problem with the algae. I don't know. But we're gonna keep that in the water. We'll put it right next to Mr. Cece. Next step is I'm going to disconnect this motor, because we're actually gonna open that up and clean it as best as we can. Same thing with this heater. Disconnect it. Put it aside for now. And I'm going to try to get the gravel out as best as I can and put it in this pot so we can boil it. Somehow. This might be the best way. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Alright, try to get the water out but not the gravel. Ew, dirty water. That's nasty. So now we're gonna get the gravel, the rest of the gravel, in the pot. There's a lot of blue ones.
And green ones, and purple ones, and pink ones.
That is correct, little girl. So I'm just gonna get all the gravel out of here.
Get out, guys. Whoa, 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 wow.
You okay, so?
That was loud.
Oh, sorry. So sorry for the noise. There you go. Pretty much got it all out. I'm gonna wash this somehow. But I'm actually gonna rinse this gravel a little bit.
See how it works?
Yeah, see?
Wow.
So I'm actually gonna run some water over this first. And then kind of drain it a little bit. Trying to get as much off of the gravel as I possibly can. Do it one more time.
There's one more pink one on the wall.
And then I'm going to fill it up and then boil it. And there we go, let that boil up. So a big no-no for sure is you should not use soap to clean your fish tank or anything in your fish tank. It could be toxic to your fish and will kill your fish. And that also includes, like, I want to clean the tank, so yeah, I would go get like a towel out of the closet. No, those have been washed in detergent. That is also toxic. Even though it's dried up now, there's still soap residue. So what I usually do is I just use paper towel pieces, and you just wet it and just clean down the tank. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Alright, so I wet down the paper towel and I'm just gonna wipe down this heater. The heater doesn't come apart, so I don't have to worry about insides or anything like that. Just try to wipe it down as best as I can. Can even scrub it a little bit. And I'm actually going to take apart this motor a little bit and clean in there, because look, there's all nasty stuff in there. Too bad it doesn't open up more than this. Or does it? It does, it does. Yeah. Ugh, that's nasty. That's really disgusting. So I'll put this underwater. Now that that's all cleaned out, I'm going to put it back together. Alright, these should be good to go, these things. Now I'm going to work on cleaning the inside of this tank. Same way with paper towels. It's also dirty up there, so I'm going to clean all that out too. I guess I'll use the toothbrush for that. Now all I have left is like the glass, well, plastic, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to wipe it down as best as I can. Alright, I think these are clean enough. We got the heater, we got the motor, and we got the tank itself. Nice and clean. Alright, so the gravel's boiling. I'll leave this boiling for a while. Alright, while that's boiling, I'm actually going to take the toothbrush and kind of try to clean this as best as I can. I will be dipping it a little bit into the hot water. And I'm going to try to get as much off as I can. Because there's an algae growth on here, as you can see, and there's algae growth on this as well, so that's not good. Alright, so the gravel is fine boiling, but sometimes the problem with, like, say, some cheap decorations like this one, these leaves are glued into the little rock at the bottom. If you start boiling this, the leaves are going to come right out. And that's what happened last time. But while the glue was soft, I was still able to stick it back into the glue, and then it hardened, and it was fine. So I think I'm just going to drop this in there. I was going to attempt to not do that, just do the leaves, but really got to get this algae problem out of here. And the same thing with this one. I guess I'll just do it again, right? Let's just do it. Be safe, right? Let it boil a little bit. And then when there's some room later, I'm going to actually dip this in there with some metal tongs. Don't want to leave it in there too long. I'll dip it in for a few seconds at a time, pull it out, do it a few times. Because this will actually melt and warp, and you don't want that to happen. I think this one's a lost cause. I tried putting it back together. I could probably do a better job. I could probably even use a hot glue gun and like fix it later, but I think I'm just going to get rid of it. This was so cheap. We'll just buy another one next time we're at Petco. So we'll throw that out. This one will be salvaged. I stood it up so that it's doing mostly the rock on the bottom. And when you pull it out, you can see that the leaves are like a little droopy. So what you got to do is, while it's cooling, just kind of hold it up. Let it cool off. You could even blow on it a little bit. Oh, see, it's coming out a little bit. That's where you got to like stick it back in there when it's hot. And then when it hardens, when it cools off, it'll harden. So yeah, it's probably good for boiling. I think I'm good with the boiling on this one. Alright, I think that's pretty good. It's a little droopy, huh? Let's see what happens if I keep it like that for a while. Okay, so this guy should be good. He's good to go. He's ready to go back in there. A few more minutes, I'll let this boil. Actually, I'm going to start dipping this thing in there. And like I said, you don't want it to be in there for too long because it will warp and melt. Probably don't even need to do this because I cleaned it pretty good. But, you know, it won't hurt. So like I said, just dipping it in there for a few seconds at a time. That's probably good enough. One more time. That should be good. Alright, this has been boiling for quite a long time, so I think we're good here. I'm going to drain it out, put some cold water in there, and drain it out again. Alright, so now I am going to take this plant and get the gravel back, but I need to get the plant in there first. So I'm going to get it in place where I want it, which is like right back there. And I'm going to kind of throw gravel around it. I want to get it in place, nice and secure. Move it forward a little, get some gravel behind it. Cool. And now I'm going to just even out the gravel all around. Get our decorations back in place. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. Like I said, you don't want to do this too often. You don't want to do a deep clean every single time because the stuff that grows, the bacteria that grows on the bottom of the gravel and even like in the filter and stuff, that's like good for the fish. So you don't want to do this all the time, but when you're having issues with algae and stuff, and you do want to do it once in a while. I don't know how often you really should be doing this. Like I said, I'm no fish expert. If you know, please let me know in the comments down below. This is 1.2 gallons and it's a betta fish. That's it. We have one live plant in there. And that's about it. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to condition the water and we'll fill it up. So what I like to do is I like to turn the water on first and really try to get the temperature matching to what the fish tank is. Because we have a heater on in there. So it's nice and warm, but you don't want to fry the fish either. So usually play around with the water for a minute. Try to pick the right temperature, or at least close to it. You could get a thermometer to be more accurate, but I usually do a pretty good job at it. Actually, that's pretty perfect right there. Not too cold, not too hot. And I usually fill up this gallon jug. Okay, so for every gallon, I take a drop of the Algae Control Tetra. Now read the instructions, yours might be different, but I just take a drop of that, that's all it needs. And then the water conditioner, this takes 7 drops per gallon. So I'm going to put 7 drops in there. 7, alright, and that's that. What I usually do after that is take the lid, cover it up, and just kind of roll it around so that it, you know, mixes. And then once it's ready to go back in the tank, what I usually do is I slowly drip it onto here so that it kind of splashes off and goes in there slowly. Plus I do it very slowly, because if I do it too fast, it's going to mess up the gravel. So that's why I do it slowly, like that. Takes a while, but it's better. Next, what you're going to want to do is take a look at your thermometer. Now this kind of tests what I did by hand before, trying to find the right temperature. It looks to be about a good temperature, maybe a little warm. So what you're going to want to do, if it's a little bit warm, let it sit for a while, let it cool down a couple degrees. If it's too cold, plug it in, get your heater going, and to bring it up to a temperature where the fish like, or where you usually keep it at. Alright, so once you're at a good temperature for your fish, you want to get little Mr. CC here, and just dump them in, get them in there. There you go. And this water is filtered water, or conditioned water, if you remember from before. And there we go, there's CC. It's good to go. He looks happy. Nice and clean.
I got a teddy bear here.
Good job. Whoa, careful. And that's it. All I'm going to do now is just kind of put it back in place, plug it in, and that's it. We're back in business. Nice clean tank. So like I said, I'm no fish expert. If I did something wrong or not the right way, or there's a better way, please leave it in the comments down below. Hopefully this helps some people more than I harmed my fish. Hopefully not. But hopefully the algae problem is fixed. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I make a lot of videos. I make daily vlogs, plus like a whole bunch of other stuff. So follow me, subscribe to me, follow me on Twitter. Links are all in the description. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being awesome, and I'll see you next time.